Thank you very much, Colin. We're going to look at another system now to compare and contrast with Wellington, and that is Watercare, a water utility that owns and operates the water infrastructure in our largest city. So to do that, please welcome the Chief Executive of Watercare Services Limited, Raveen Jaduram.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. The Watercare model. The Watercare model is that we provide water and wastewater services to our customers so that their lives are enhanced. That we supply services to businesses so that we are enabling and that they are productive. And we do that in an ethical and legal manner. The expectations are that we are trustworthy, that we are capable and competent, that we care, that we are future focused, that we have a degree of curiosity, and that we are bold and brave, that we are sustainable and efficient and transparent. And I would say that that model is suitable for all water entities in New Zealand. But what I'm going to talk about is the structure, because the structure is what is different between Wellington Water and ourselves and the other councils. And we should not confuse structure to models, because models are to serve a purpose, and the purpose is really to serve our customers. And I can tell you that regardless of the structure we choose, if we forget why we're doing it, then we've lost the purpose. So Watercare is a company under the Companies Act in New Zealand. It is owned by Auckland Council, and therefore it's a council-controlled organisation. It was initially established in 1992 as a bulk water and wastewater supplier. And then in 2010, there was amalgamation of councils, and therefore Watercare picked up all the retail functions as well. It is only a water and wastewater service provider, so we do not provide stormwater services. That is something that Auckland Council, our shareholder, does. We're a very large company. Our assets are worth close to or just over $10 billion. We are probably the second largest company in New Zealand, maybe the largest because Fonterra's capitalized value has gone down recently, but maybe we're behind A2 Milk. We have no regulatory powers because we're a company. We don't collect rates because we're not a council. Our charges are contractual charges. It's the same as you going to a shop and buying a shirt or a dress. And therefore, we have volumetric charges. What you consume is what you pay for. Our water charges are 100% volumetric. If you choose to collect your own rainwater to flush your toilets, or even to boil and drink, you don't have to pay us anything. If it hasn't rained and you're connected to our system and you use the water, well, you'll pay for what you have used. And that way, we promote sustainable behaviors. We are independent and self-funding. So we do not pay dividends to Auckland Council, even though Auckland Council owns us. That's by legislation. And we don't get any money from Auckland Council. And we don't get any money from the government either. We have a very large capital program, $6 billion over the next 10 years. Our annual revenues are over $700 million. A third of that is to operate the system. The other third is about depreciation, to renew our assets. And the final third is to pay for interest and repay debt. We're a sustainability-focused company. We generate 50 gigawatt hours of electricity ourselves. We use 160 gigawatt hours of electricity from the grid. We have programs to put solar power. We will be putting the first floating array of solar panels in New Zealand, generating 1 megawatt of power. And we have already installed 3 other similar systems. We will ensure that our wastewater treatment plants are 100% electricity neutral by 2025. Those are the 2 largest ones that we have. We are challenging the systems in New Zealand in terms of procurement. We have an initiative underway, which you will see outside, called 40-20-20, where we have said that by 2024, all new infrastructure that we build will have 40% less embedded carbon, that the cost of delivering that infrastructure will be 20% lower than it would otherwise have been, and we will reduce our injuries, our workers' injuries, by 20% every year. And the reason we've been able to do all of that is because of our model, and because of our structure, and because of our independence. But we respect that other councils need to find their own solutions. We do not promote that the water care model or structure is what should be for the rest of New Zealand. However, we were approached by Waikato District Council over a year ago after they went and consulted through the LTP process, and their community decided that they wanted their 3 waters to be managed by Watercare. Because over the next 10 years, they would spend $23 million less if we provided that service. And that's because of the scale that we have. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to take questions later. Thank you, Nadine.